Hello. So, I just got done watching News of the World. It came out on December 25th of 2020, and I won't lie, I'm disappointed in it. I honestly watched it because I really like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a really good actor, and he's in a lot of good stuff. And so I was just like, let's give it a watch. And at the beginning, I was actually really into it. But when it gets closer to the end, oh my god, it just goes to a crawl at that point. It, like, the last, 30-40 minutes just did not feel like it was ever gonna end. And that's because this movie is literally 85%, maybe 90% just fucking walking. There's barely anything slowing them down or altercations, just anything of action or anything happening. There's a total of 4 different things that prevents him from going on in this 2-hour-long movie. That is way too little, man. Way too little. But basically, there's a few good things with it. Okay, I like the scenery. The scenery is super cool. The acting is well done. It is really good from both Tom Hanks and the little girl and everyone else. And it's shot decently. It's not gonna be a show that you're gonna remember for being really well shot, but it does not make you be like, why the fuck are you showing me this? Why? It actually, it doesn't just show you stuff that has no point into the story. And it's just, honestly, Tom Hanks' character was the most interesting, but even his wasn't very interesting, honestly. But yeah, there wasn't really anyone in this show that was very just cool. There wasn't anyone in there that was really good. That was just such a cool character. No. And yeah, I think the show should have been cut down a lot. I understand you're trying to portray that they are going a long distance from this location to all the way over here. I get that. I totally do get that you want to make it so it feels like it is a longer distance. But god damn, you could add in more interesting dialogue or something. Just what really screws with me with the show, what I think one of the biggest faults of the movie is that they had the little girl speaking a complete different language. Tom Hanks' character and her character did not understand each other, and so it's very hard for you to make it so these two characters, if you go over to someone that speaks Spanish and you don't speak a lick of Spanish, yeah, you're not gonna have very interesting conversations. You're gonna just be like, I don't know what the hell you're saying at all, And so, I just don't know why they thought that they could do it in this sense. And they even had a character come in for a bit that was that speaked English and everything, and he was actually pretty amusing. And then they just tell him, go away, shoo. And he's just like, can I come along? And then he's like, no. Oh, okay. And so it's just kind of like, that would have helped, basically, because before that, he was actually stopping at cities, and he was actually interacting with people before that. But after that, then it's literally just endless walking. And yeah, that just kind of makes this movie not as good. But yeah, that'll just hurry and put it in final verdict, just because I cannot think of much else to say. Yeah, so first off, this show does have a lot of things going for it. It's well shot, the acting is good, the action, for the most part, is decent. You know, it's nice, but I wish there was a little more action, or just a little more times dealt with at cities reading the stories, because that's what Tom Hanks' character does, is he goes from town to town reading the news to the town, and that's his career. And those scenes are actually pretty amusing, but I don't know, actually when it gets closer to the end of the movie, even those scenes, I'm just like, ugh, please stop. So I don't know, it's a bit of a challenge, but yeah, I'm in the middle, in between 4 or 5. I honestly, I have to say it is a 4. No, scratch that. It's a 5, cause I don't know. That's really hard. Basically, like, yeah, it's well done, but it just, the editing section of just the editing bay is where they fucked up, basically, I think. I don't know, there's a bit of screw-ups everywhere. None of the characters was one of any of the issues. They were fine, but yeah, I think it was strictly the writing that has issues, and just the editing. It's too long, I feel like. If they could have cut down anything, it would have been very helpful. But yeah, so that will do it for the non-spoiler section. If you want to be spoiled or you've already seen the movie, then just stick around. But alright, so now we are in the review, the spoiler section. But what I feel like made this movie really suck is that, well, not suck, that's a poor term. Lack, I guess. It was not as good because I feel like just basically the conversations between Tom Hanks' character and the little girl, it just didn't seem like there was much of a language barrier. And so basically, like, when he's just like, run, get out of here, and then she's just like, oh, okay, immediately drops everything and just runs away. And it's just like, especially when you're doing that and you are screwing up, because if someone speaking Spanish came over to you and you don't know anything about Spanish and he starts saying that to you, you know, you're not really necessarily gonna know what they're saying if you have no idea what any of the Spanish words mean. You are not gonna be like, oh yeah, let me run away. No, you won't have any idea what she's talking about, and so that makes no sense. And it just kind of makes me wonder why again did you not have why did you not let them just speak the same language? It would have made the movie so much better if, like, there wasn't only, like, 2 people, no, 1 person, I think, yeah, 1 person, I'm pretty sure, that could speak her language. And she's only in the movie for literally, like, 2 to 3 minutes. Tom Hanks has sex with her, and that's it, pretty much. Cool. That's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. And the ending, oh my god, it was like, I know it's a feel-good movie and I get that, but it was so predictable. It was so predictable that Tom Hanks would be like, yeah, I'm gonna take her. She's gonna live with me, when basically, right when they saw her, basically they are meeting, like, she's gonna work to eat, and basically they're just like they're trying so hard to make it seem like, ooh, these people, they're not gonna be a good family for her. Oh, we don't want her reading. No. That's gonna take time out of her working. So we don't want that. No. And so it's just like, I wonder what will happen. And it's just like, what? Tom Hanks just comes over and takes her, and then they go and live together, and they go around telling stories together? No. And there's literally only 4 things, 3 honestly, but I'm just counting 4 just because. So the first one is the people that think the little girl's good looking, and they want to molest her pretty much. And oh yeah, then some people that run a city, they stop Tom Hanks and her, and they're just like, what are you guys doing here? And they're aiming their guns at them, and then they gotta go to the city and read the news to them, but they don't have any news for them. They were just lying, and that's kind of it. And basically it ends with a gunfight that ends like that. Then after that, oh yeah, then they're riding down a hill, and then they realize one of the tires is messed up, and so they have to bail off of the horses, and yeah, then the horse thing just crashes, and then Tom Hanks goes over and shoots the horse, puts it out of its misery, but at that scene, it would have been a lot more of a, I would have felt more bad if the prop for the horse didn't look so bad. It wasn't awful, but it was very obvious it was no longer a horse. It was not. And so you could tell. And then after that, then a sandstorm, but I don't really know if I count that as a situation, just because he walks in there and he's like, oh no, and then he just is like, oh, where are you, and then just does that for maybe 1 minute, and then he sees her, and that's it. It's just like, whoa, cool. Alright, and so then literally all of those scenes combined, I would say maybe take up 20 minutes, 30 minutes maybe. I would say 20. I don't think 30, that would be too lenient. And then I would say they spent another, 30 minutes maybe, at cities and houses. And then they just spend the rest just sitting there just riding and sleeping. And that's kind of it. They don't... And that's the thing. That's what makes this movie it's a huge disappointment. And also the movie has absolutely 0 replay value. You will never be like, man, I want to see that movie again. Nah. Like, unless you are in the future and then you're just like, I remember I liked that show. And then you popped it in just because you literally remember nothing. That's the only reason. But I don't know why you would want to watch this again. It's not that good. It's kind of a letdown. Yeah, if you've seen the trailers, you honestly could just predicted what would happen. Yeah, there's just not much else to do with this. It's just Tom Hanks is taking this girl that he found to his parents that were dead, and then he's trying to take him to his aunt and uncle. And it doesn't make sense because now I'm thinking about it, is that she speaks German for a second, and then he's just like, whoa, that's German! And then he's just like, do you speak any more German? And then she just shuts up. She won't talk anymore because she doesn't want to say any more German. And there's a reason behind that. It's obvious that she's scarred or something like that from Germans or whatever. But it doesn't go anywhere. It's not like, oh, Germans were the people who killed my family. Germans hurt me. Germans, whatever. It's just, it does not go anywhere. And so, yeah. That's kind of it. There's just not really much else to say about this movie. If you were able to see it, like I was able to rent it from the Redbox for about 60 cents, I think. 55 cents, I think. Yeah, I got $1.20 off, 25 off because I watched Willy's Wonderland. Watch that instead. Yeah. But yeah, so even for that much, I'm like, sure, it's worth it. But if you cannot watch it for free on like Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever, I cannot sit down and be like, yes, watch it, because it's a movie you've seen so many times that is just now in a Western situation. Basically, just like with a couple of things twisted up, but basically, it's a story you've seen before. Guy finds girl, or person finds little kid, and then he's just like, oh yeah, let me take you home. This is actually the story of Ice Age, I'm pretty sure, the first Ice Age, so boom. There you go. Watch Ice Age. Ice Age is a lot better movie. From what I remember, I haven't watched it since I was a little kid, but, But anyways, that'll do it. I can't really think of any other points to say about the movie. But, yeah, I wouldn't really go out and see it at a movie theater. Get it from a Redbox, sure. I'll for $1.80, I guess, sure. I could see that being worth it, but but yeah, that'll do it, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know if you guys know any other movies you'd like me to do a little review on. And yeah, alright, see you guys.